Yo, once again it's on. Back at you one more again, Real Kens TV in the house like kitchen sinks. Hopefully you like the video. Feel free to comment. Definitely share. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And be sure to hit that post notification. So anytime I bring you this action and this heat, guess what? You're amongst the first to receive. Now with no further ado, let's get into this morning's video, if you will. It's 12:39 a.m. Tuesday morning, and I'm still at it. Been off work for several hours, but I'm still on the grind. And, people hit me up in my email, realkenstv@yahoo.com, and they say, Real Kens, how do you feel about this P Diddy situation? For you all that don't know, P Diddy, formerly known as Puff Daddy, owner of Bad Boy Records, he's been accused, as of late, several different sexual allegations as far as improperly touching people, women for the most part. And his ex, Cassie, he settled, I don't know the exact amount. She was suing him for $30 million, and within 24 hours to 48 hours, the suit was settled. So it's a, undisclosed amount of money. So since then, you've had a couple more women come out and say that at some point, P Diddy sexually assaulted them. So I've been asked to give my two takes, if you will, on the matter, my 2 cents. I don't know P Diddy, obviously. I don't know the guy. And I liked his music back in the day when he was doing music, so I've never had any real opinion about P Diddy. But when I really look back and I think about some things, I can definitely see him doing the things that, these women have said that he did. Like Cassie, they were together for a long time. Cassidy was a young lady. I'm not sure exactly, but if I'm recalling correctly, P Diddy got with her when she was like 19 years old. So he was several years older than her. And, she had a hit song. She had, what's the song she did? I've been waiting so long for you to answer your call. Something like it. I don't even remember. It's been so long, but just look it up. If you're not familiar with the entire situation, just look it up. And my thing is this about P Diddy. He's always shown that he was a confident individual, but it didn't just stop there. P Diddy's just an arrogant, outlandish, obnoxious type of guy. Rude. Because he has so much money, so he has people around him that affords him, to say the least, to act this way. He had a show called Making the Band back in the day. And basically what it was on MTV initially, and it was about bringing different individuals together to form a group. And whoever he seen that had the most talent and potential, he would sign them, and they'd be signed to Bad Boy Records. Well, he used to do some very, very questionable things. Like he may be in his office and he'll summons the group to come into his office, and he's sitting there and he's talking to them, and he's, yo, what's up, y'all? I see y'all working real hard, but the thing about it, how bad do y'all really want it? How bad do y'all really want it? So, obviously we in P Diddy's office, a multi, platinum selling millionaire, executive. So check this out, y'all. If you really, really want it, you got to do some things that you might not necessarily want to do. So the group, they're sitting there and they're thinking, okay, we're going to have to be in the studio all night, or we're going to have to, put in these hours, working on our craft. He has them walk to downtown Manhattan or somewhere in New York, walk across the bridge to bring him back some cheesecake. Some cheesecake. Now, this is a group he's assembled, and they're, again, trying to get a record deal, but he has them doing all these outlandish things. And they're sitting around like, I mean, I really didn't come here for this. I understand that you got to pay your dues. I understand, amongst themselves, not around P Diddy. I understand that in life, sometimes you have to do the things that you don't necessarily want to do to get, to where you trying to get to within reason. But this is ridiculous, man. We got to walk way down here and get him some cheesecake. And he would have them do these types of tasks on a regular basis. And I just looked at him like, man, what's wrong with him, man? We know you got the money. We know that you P Diddy, Puff Daddy. At the time, he might have been going by Puff Daddy. He didn't change his name. Now he calls himself Bruh Love. I don't know what his name is. And that's when I first really, really realized, like, this guy's really, beside himself. Then you have a whole lot of former artists that are coming out speaking against him, talking about they didn't get paid, they didn't get the proper, whatever they had coming to them. In their eyes, they feel like P Diddy, he didn't do what was right. He didn't do right by him. Then you had groups that, he wouldn't give them their publishing. Okay, when you first sign a record deal, your first deal is going to be a terrible deal. That's just how it worked back then anyway. So you might have a group and you sign them and you own their publishing. So basically it means they can never make money outside of, anything that they do, it comes to you. Not necessarily like when they go on tours and things like that, but like if anyone wants to license their music or use their music in a commercial or just anything, instead of it going to the group, it goes to P Diddy. Okay, cool. The first contract, he has to make money too, but after about, after some years and these people has made you a lot of money, and no, you give them their publishing back. Let them make some money. At this time, you worth 3, 4, 500 million. This was way back then. Let these artists make some money, but you greedy. And then every artist that left Bad Boy Records either left in a body bag. Not to say he had anything to do with it, but they end up dying. Or somewhere broke. And you never heard of them ever again. Almost every single artist. So P Diddy really had a bad reputation in the music industry as far as dealing with, the different artists that he had signed at some point. Tupac murder, his name centers around it. Biggie murder, his name, Biggie Smalls, his name centers around it. Now, these are all things that are alleged. These are all things that I'm not saying he had anything to do with. I don't know him. I don't know anybody affiliated with him. I'm just saying this is the word on the streets, if you will. So it's all alleged. It's all alleged. But the individual that's been arrested in connection with the Tupac murder, he's saying that Puffy paid him, or P Diddy, paid him like $1 million to have Tupac taken out. But allegedly, and everything, once again, is alleged, he never received the payment because they went through a third party and the money was supposed to come to him and it never did. So I don't know. I don't know if it's true. I don't know if it's not true. Only thing I'm saying is this. P Diddy's name over the years continuously comes up in a lot of things. The nightclub shooting, when he was dating Jennifer Lopez, and the former rapper Shine that was signed to Bad Boy. He ends up having to go do 10 years in the pen because he was protecting P Diddy along with Jennifer Lopez. P Diddy never did a day, which, Who wants to go do jail time? But yet you hired Johnny Cochran for you, but then you went and got Shine, a totally different attorney. So you got off, but Shine had to end up doing 10 years. There's so many different instances to where this guy has done some, atrocious things. Steve Stout, record exec. At the time, he was just a record exec, not to undermine what he, his profession. So I don't mean it like that. But now, he's a big marketing guy up in New York. Steve Stout. He was in control of the You Can Hate Me Now video with P Diddy and Nas. And P Diddy was hanging from the cross. And he decided that he didn't want to depict Christ like that. So he wanted that scene removed from the video. And for whatever reason, the video came out anyway. So allegedly, P Diddy busted up into Steve Stout's office and hit him over the head with a champagne bottle. And they settled for, whatever they settled for. And it went away. P Diddy has done a lot of these things. You watch him on video, you see how obnoxious he is. It's like he feels as though he can do anything to anybody. However, there's one guy that's not going for it. And that's 50 Cent, Curtis Jackson. He's not going for it. And every opportunity that he gets, he trolls P Diddy. Every day I look on Instagram, he's trolling P Diddy. Now, that tells me he's been doing it over the years. But now he's like really, really amped it up. So that tells me that he knows something about P Diddy, but he can't just come out and say it. So he's just going to troll him and troll him and troll him. Calling him, homosexual, making reference to P Diddy likes dudes. Anything you can possibly imagine, 50 Cent has gone in on P Diddy. That's odd because the average person can't go in on P Diddy. For one, they don't have the voice. They don't have the reach. Nobody's going to hear him. Now, 50 Cent, no knock on him. He's rich. He has money, but his money ain't like P Diddy's. But guess what? It doesn't even matter. He's not afraid of P Diddy. And he's going to continue because he has a personal vendetta. There's something going on that we don't recognize because we're not in the industry. But I guarantee you, the people that are close in the industry, close to the industry, they know exactly why 50 Cent is acting this way towards P Diddy. He knows something. P Diddy's been making money he's been a millionaire for over 30 years. Probably 35 years. That's a long time. 19, 20 years old, you're a millionaire. So you feel like you're on top of the world. You feel like you can talk to people any type of way. You feel like you can just do anything. You got gorillas around you. How you going to run up on him when you got gorillas? You would never touch him. It's hard to sue him. It's hard to really prosecute. He got the best of best lawyers. But I'm going to tell you what this whole situation with Cassie. As I mentioned, he settled with her. I'm sure she had to sign all type of, documentations, stating that she could never basically talk about this case ever again. Since then, as of now, I've heard of 2 females that have since come out and say that P Diddy, sexually assaulted them. Now, Cassie said that P Diddy made her have sex with other guys, multiple guys, while he recorded and got off. That's what she said. Don't shoot the messenger. That's what she said. Had one lady that came. She came out and said way back in like 1991 that he did something. And I can imagine that more and more and more women is going to come forward. Hell, there's going to be women that he never even did anything to that's going to come forward that was around him. Yeah, shoot, I want a couple million. That's just how it works, man. That's how it happens, man. All y'all ain't telling the truth, man. See, I'm a call a spade a spade. All of y'all not telling the truth. Some of y'all just outright lying. Y'all want the bag. Y'all want that money. But for the ones that he did actually do that to, there's probably so many of them. So it's like, it's never ending. Because this one comes out, okay, next year another one may come out. 6 months from now, 5 more may come out. At some point, in my humble opinion, the civil turns to criminal. The civil turns to criminal. He outright raped me. He outright, made me do this. He made me do that. See, these type of things we've all seen before. We've seen them before. And they typically don't turn out good. That's why, when have you ever seen someone settle a lawsuit that fast? You know why? Because he wanted to get out in front of it. He didn't want it to be, something that lingered on. So since then, he's had to step down from Revolt TV, which he was like a chairman. I don't know if he owns Revolt, but I never really understood that whole situation. But he's a key figure in Revolt TV. Now, prior to this, we all thought that P Diddy owned Ciroc. And come to find out, he didn't own it. He helped to build that brand, build that company, but he didn't own it. What's the other company? DeLeon, I believe. The liquor company. He's suing them. And coincidentally, once he filed that lawsuit, all of these things started to come out. Now, why I definitely don't agree with how 50 Cent is handling this whole situation, because you are two successful guys, man. And I don't believe that you troll a person, because 50 Cent will go overboard. He's very disrespectful, but I say that in a respectful manner because he says it. He knows he's disrespectful. He'll tell you he can get a bit rambunctious, a bit obnoxious, if you will. So I don't necessarily agree with that, how he's handling it, but it goes back to the old saying, man, you reap what you sow. For so many years, P. Diddy has just been reckless with people. Now, I don't know if it's because he's older. I don't know if it's because, he's humble at this point. I don't know, but it's like, now everything's about love. Brother love. That's what he calls himself now, brother love. A few months ago, he went and gave all his former artists their publishing back. So, on the outside looking in, people would say, oh man, that was a good gesture. It was great of him. He's a hell of a guy. Well, Mark Curry, which was is a former artist of Bad Boy Records, P. Diddy, he said, man, this publishing don't mean nothing. I'm gonna make $300-400 a year. He should have gave us our publishing when our songs were hot. Now nobody, this is 25 years later. Now, I think that you get out there and hustle and you get out there and sell yourself, you can make some money off of your older music. Don't get me wrong. But I also see what he's saying. You're doing this for a public image. P. Diddy gives all the artists their publishing. But what's not being told is that in order to get this publishing, you have to sign gag orders, basically. You can't even talk about P. Diddy, the business, his dealings at Bad Boy Records. You can't do any of that. So you have some people like Mace. There was another young lady from, I believe, the group Danity Kane. There's a couple people that just outright said, no, I'm not signing this. Mark Curry, no, I'm not signing this. I'm going to sign this to make $800 a year. That ain't no money in the music industry. $800 a year is not any money, period. Now, if you really about your hustle and your grind, you take that publishing and you go on and you try to, license and market your music or whatever, and something could come about it. But at the same time, people's not necessarily knocking your door down to get them songs opposed to 15, 20 years ago. You see what I'm saying? P Diddy he done made all the money that was going to be made from it. So now I done made all the money. Here you go. Here you go, you all. Here you go, guys. Young ladies. I'm going to do a great deed. Here's you all's publishing. Wow. Wow. You see what I'm saying? Rotten, man. I don't see it ending well with P Diddy. I don't wish prison on anyone, but I like to see those young ladies get their just due if, the ones that he legitimately did something to, allegedly, if he did something to these young ladies, I like to see them get their just due. Because it's not right. You can't just go around here just sexually assaulting women, sexually assaulting anyone. But you want to sexually assault women and then use your money as a tool. You better not say nothing. I got the best of attorneys. You'll never work in this business again. I can hear him saying these things because I've heard him. I've watched him so much just over the years as far as his shows that he's played on, and he's very, very, very arrogant. But I never really totally disliked him because it's like, who wouldn't be arrogant at that age? The money that he has. Who wouldn't be? But allegedly you took your woman and made her get with several dudes at a time while you recorded it. Now, don't get me wrong, she bears responsibility in this, in this as well. Because it's not like he held her captive. It's not as though he made her like she was, on the ball and chain. She could have said no. She could have left. No, she was with him for like 10 years. So all of this abuse that she's, claiming happened, I believe her to a certain extent, but I don't believe everything she's saying because you could have just left. Nobody made you stay with him. So part of me believes that you enjoyed it. But it's just now your career's not really going anywhere. You kind of had this like tucked away. Because I don't believe that these things just all of a sudden happen. I'm sure that she's tried to reach him, but it's hard to reach a billionaire. It's hard to reach a person that's, 700-800 million strong. Then like you just pick up the phone, yo, what up, Diddy? It don't work like that. And like you just go knock on his door. This guy got estates, several estates. Don't even know where he's at. Private jets, yachts. You see what I'm saying? You don't know where this guy's at. So it's not as though you can just, roll up on him at the Ciroc headquarters and talk to him. So I believe that this was something that was in the makings for quite some time. And it just hit the fan, and Diddy seemed like, whoa, it's not a joke. I don't believe he just woke up overnight, okay, let's settle this, and he never heard anything. I just think that initially, he just thought that, they was just blowing smoke. He ignored it. He thought he was going to beat it. No problem. Once he seen that it was real, hold on now. Don't y'all go R. Kelly on me here. We going to go on and... So he's going to be writing a lot of checks. There's nothing to him. Someone was saying, who was saying this? It was a dude that's a podcaster. A YouTuber, however you want to put it. And he said that if you're a homeowner, which I'm not, but he was saying that if you're a homeowner, not yet anyway, if you're a homeowner, there's some sort of insurance that you can purchase to where it covers, like, if someone tries to sue you. If someone tries to sue you, you pay like $100 and some a month or whatever for the coverage. So he was saying that P Diddy probably had this sort of insurance, so this money's not coming from his pockets anyway. I don't know. That's just what he said. So y'all have to look that up and do the math on it. I'm not sure, but these insurance companies are crooks too, so I wouldn't doubt it. And they're going to do everything they can possibly do to get out of paying when you do file something. When you do file, a claim. But, yeah. P. Diddy, I think he has some long days. I think that, all of the companies that he's affiliated with, they're going to drop him momentarily anyway. Here, let's let this die down. We're just going to, put you to the side right here while things die down. And they will eventually. They always do. Don't wish jail or prison on anyone, but if he was doing some of these egregious things to these women, he needs to be where he ends up at, where he lands. But you best believe at some point it's probably going to turn criminal. Not to mention that his name's already all around the Tupac Shakur murder. So they may not be able to physically, actually prove that he has something to do with that. Okay, we can't get you over here, but we can get you over here. It's like O.J. Simpson, okay? We couldn't get you here, but we gave that ass 30-something years in Vegas for that foolery that you did running up in that hotel room with guns and goons. Stupid is as stupid does. Real Kens TV. Hopefully you liked the video. Feel free to comment. Definitely share. Subscribe to the channel. You know what I mean? If you're not already subscribed. And be sure, hit that post notification. So anytime I bring you this action and this heat, guess what? You're amongst the first to receive it. My dog Joseph, man, he's always in my comments. That's my dude right there. He always have, he's gonna give it to me raw, pause, double pause. He's gonna let me know exactly how he feels about a situation or about a video that I made, or and I definitely appreciate that. There's several of you all, Jared, Kevin, it's a lot, but he said something that was very funny, and he said it's not P Diddy, it's P Diddy. I got a kick out of that, man. You know what I mean? Real Kens TV, man. Till next time, we out.